Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Community Call Edition 3. We are lucky to have you here, and we will go over our general discussions, but we have someone from pre-PO. Xavier, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks for inviting me to this. So I'm Xavier, the founder of Prepio. And so Prepio is a decentralized protocol and platform, which allows you to gain access to private market opportunities. So those could be tokens that haven't launched yet. Those could be pre-IPO stocks. They could be anything that isn't public yet that usually like regular users, investors can't get access to. And what we're trying to do is open up access to what was previously reserved for only the wealthy and wealthy. So we've been working on this for a while. I started back, I was working at Canva as a software engineer. And that was like during the bull market, and I wanted more upside exposure to all these like IPOs that were happening. But as a regular like retail investor, I couldn't get access. And so I thought maybe there's a way I can create using DeFi to give myself more upside exposure. And so came up with Prepio. And so now here we are today, and we're working towards our version 2, which will open up access even more to a wide range of different private market assets. And the main thing that's coming up soon is the FriendTech Points marketplace. And so everyone who's been using FriendTech, which is a new kind of decentralized or social media app, which lets you kind of trade different kind of Twitter profiles. People who have been using that have been getting points, but they're kind of not tradable at all, but will be redeemable for a future airdrop. And so what we're trying to do is let people trade it early and get access early. And so this is another example of a thing that isn't public yet that we're trying to let people start trading on now.
Good. So yeah, we're lucky to have you here. Thanks for sharing that, and we'll go more in detail after this. But I have something exciting that for all the attendees of this community call. So we are giving away 20 USDT to one lucky community member who shares the comment and feedback about our community call on Twitter and tag us at Web3Auth. So yeah, excited for 20 USDT. So thanks, Xavier, for introducing Prepio. So all our community members who are joining here would love to know like why your team decided to integrate with Web3Auth. What have you thought of, like what Web3Auth is basically solving for you?
Yeah, so Prepio's mission is to democratize pre-public investing, right? And so part of democratization is making things as accessible as possible. And so apart from the protocol design itself, it's important to be able to also make it easy to use for not just crypto native users who know how to set up MetaMask or like complicated kind of onboarding experiences, but also someone who's never interacted with the crypto wallet and never wants to. They all have emails there, and they all have like social logins, and they're all familiar with that. And so we thought this was a good opportunity to kind of bridge the two worlds together and allow them to use a crypto wallet behind the scenes, but log in a way that they're familiar with. And so that in turn kind of aids our mission, because it's bringing in all these users who were not able to get access, not just on the financial level, but also because of all the barriers to entry into this space.
Yeah, definitely. I think, yes, onboarding people to crypto is definitely a challenge. And we at Web3Auth is simplifying that using social logins that people are aware of. So no more seed phrases. And moving on to the next question, how has the integration journey been so far?
Yeah, it was pretty simple to set up. So basically, it's just another option in the kind of Connect Wallet screen for us. So we're specifically integrating with Taurus Wallet, and we mark that as like an email login. And so, you know, people can choose like whatever login method they want. And if they're not familiar with like all these other ones, or they don't have that option, then they just select the email login one. And so it was a relatively simple integration. And then once you click that, they can log in with their favorite like social logins that they're familiar with.
Good. Yeah. I think I heard during your introduction like what's coming, but like how and like what can we expect from pre-PO down the line in future? I think you mentioned about marketplace. Is there anything else what you guys are working on?
Yeah, so specifically with our V2, we're looking into new forms of collateral. And so not just on-chain collateral, but also using like legal contracts as collateral and able to bring more assets into the space. So it's a form of tokenization, and also using your reputation as collateral. So you could use like your social profile, like your Twitter account or other kind of accounts as kind of uh, collateral for the things that you're selling. And so if you don't deliver on it, then your reputation is at risk. And so we think that's a new interesting angle that hasn't been fully explored yet. And so with the FriendTech Points marketplace we talked about, on that one, you'll be able to use your reputation as collateral, as well as like on-chain collateral. And maybe we can explore other points marketplaces as well in future. But it's not just points marketplaces. It could be like tokens that haven't been released yet. There's a lot of like people speculating on airdrops. And another way to speculate on airdrops will be to use the markets on pre-PO.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that, the journey, the integrations, and what to come for, what we can expect from pre-PO in the future. This is that segment where we talk with our guest speaker. Thanks, Xavier, for joining this call. And moving on to the next segment is where we do the latest updates from our product. So with this latest updates is coming from my colleague Maharshi, who will talk more about the V7 updates. Over to you, Maharshi.
Yep. Thanks, Shabazz. Hello, everyone. Web3Auth V7 is here, and here's a quick look at the key updates. We have extensive post on the community if you have the chance to look at it. I'll just give a small summary of it. We have changed the provider. The new version introduces the compatibility with the latest Web3.js. The V4 version, which brought a lot of breaking changes with it. And we changed the provider to the iProvider type, replacing the older safe event emitter provider. It's a hard-coded one, not the proxy one like previous one. And then we tweaked a few things with the open login adapter. The name is right now the app name, and the URL is now app URL. This is changed in to keep the white label and the open login adapter configs in line, so that they and the UI config in the modal SDK to keep all of those consistent. We have made the name to app name and URL to app URL, because two different parameters make it a bit confusing. And we've changed the dark mode as just mode. Just like previously we had dark equals to true, that was a boolean, but right now it takes a string and it changes the mode to dark, auto or light as per your choice. Then we made some changes to the Wallet Connect V2 adapter. The Wallet Connect QR code mode is deprecated, so it now uses the Wallet Connect modal, so that you can now make those changes and use it, because the QR code modal is now deprecated. It won't upgrade above the 1.8 you would be stuck on that. And there's some changes with the Solana and XRPL providers. The request typings now mandate both the input and the output. And both same with XRPL provider, same with the Solana provider. And yeah, we have it is extensively the code is extensively put in our migration guides. You can have look at those. At the start of the community post, we have even mentioned the link the migration guides for modal and web no modal SDKs. And regarding the developer support, as always, the focus is on enhancing the developer experience and addressing any issues. And above all, you should know that we are here for you. We are here for your improving your developer experience, and we are constantly refining Web3 to make it even better. So dive into the migration guides to make sure your transition is smooth. And before we wrap, I can't stress enough to join a community. You got questions, you got feedback, or just want to chat, that's the place to be. Trust me, you won't regret it. It's a bustling community, it's growing, and it's getting quite good. So stay curious and go down. Thank you.
Nice,
Back
definitely.
to you, Shavas.
Yeah, thanks, Maharshi, for those inspiring words about the community. Yes, we are here for you. Ask your queries, join the community forum, and if you have any feedback, please share about that. Next up is the new dashboard UI. So if you haven't seen the dashboard, the latest one, we have revamped our dashboard. I'll just give a quick walkthrough of like what we have changed and what to look into. So if you are familiar, or if you are an existing user, you might see that like the dashboard screen has changed, the UI has changed. Use your preferred login. So I'll be using my existing one. Let's say if you are if you haven't upgraded, you will see an option to give some consent. But right now I don't see that because I already done that. Which the consent would more around like the agreeing to the terms and conditions, and it will ask you to confirm your details, which look something like this. Then there is something new. So previously we used to have something called teams. Now it's all into organization. So it will ask you to name your organization, select the size and basic questionnaires. Mind you that some name like this organization name is very unique. So if the name you might be putting it might be chosen by someone else as well. So make sure to have a unique name, right? Most probably it doesn't happen that way. So once you're done, first thing first is that you will see a revamped look where previously we used to have something called projects and verifiers, and you still see that verifiers. I'll talk more about that in a bit, what it does. But overall, the project has a home. You can learn more about these products, plug and play and core kit. But if you see, there is a section on the left hand side, you see the verifiers and it has a number. So all the verifiers I've created previously would be here, and it will ask you to make something or assign the verifiers to a project, because now the projects will have the verifiers mapped to it. So as you can see, every project of mine is mapped to some of the project. Let's say I think I have some in the demos or in the personal. I'll show you how does it look like. So the verifiers which are not mapped would not have the project name listed here. So what you need to do is click on this three dot and move to a project. So you will see the name of the project which is on the same network. So this is on legacy Cyan network. So there is a project on Cyan network with Web3 name, so I can move it. Once you move, the logo will appear of that particular project name. If the verifier has not been moved before 31st of October 2023, then all the verifiers from your project will be removed and it will no longer be usable. So we recommend everyone to move their verifiers and move their verifiers to a project or map their verifiers to a project. So let's see what has changed in the project. So if you see now, the project has a list of projects, as you can see from here. Different you can select the different environments here, depending on like if you wanted to just look for your mainnet verifiers, Sapphire mainnet verifiers, or Sapphire mainnet project. Sorry about that. Then you can also see about the status, live, in development, and pending states. So let's go into one of the project. It has the environment as already, it has client ID. Then you can choose the project while you are creating the verifier, creating the project. Apart from that, you can do interoperability with these wallets, EVM wallets, Casper, Solana, and Ripple. This way you can enable the interoperability flow. Then the whitelisting of the domain happens right here. Apart from these, you will see something called custom authentication. This is the previous version. We used to call it as a verifiers. So it's now mapped to the project here. And you can create different types of verifiers. The screens has been revamped here. You will name the verifier, select the social providers from Google, Facebook, Twitch, and Auth0. You can even bring your custom providers. You can do aggregate verifiers. So all these things are linked to the docs very thoroughly on how to set it up. One thing I would like to showcase is more of this paste JWT code flow. Let me find a JWT token which will have something here. Real quick, I'll just find one. So what you need to do is basically paste a JWT token which you will be using, for example, like this, and it will show all the available fields what can be selected from this JWT token. It's very helpful, so no one messes up in setting up the verifier. Yeah, this is what it is about the verifiers. Then you will see all the analytics about your project here, like all the logins and about the verifier details, monthly active wallets, and everything here. Apart from that, the billing section, you can change your billing. If you're not into any of the plan, the paid plan, you can subscribe by changing the plan here. Apart from that, you can invite members right here and or give them the role as needed. So all things are covered thoroughly here in the dashboard setup on the documentation, from overview, from project and analytics, setting up the custom flow, roles and permissions, billing and usage. So everything is here. I think this is how the new dashboard looks. And now I think now I'll just move the section to the Q&A. If you have any questions around anything, we'll just open up the roundtable discussion with our team here. Okay. Does anyone have any question? Not related to this particular session or this particular call, but if you have anything in general, any issues you might be facing with Web3Auth, this is the time to ask from the Web3Auth team. I'll just stop sharing my screen and then we'll do a general Q&A. Okay. Ashley, do you use Web3Auth? Is this your first community call?
Yes,
I see
it's
maybe this is
yeah,
your
it's
first.
my first community call. I don't use Web3 Auth, but I'm a customer success manager trying to learn about the new updates that you guys have. So I'm glad to be here.
Yes, we are glad that you joined this call. I see Mary. Hi, would you want to introduce what you do? Do you have any queries?
Hey everyone. Yeah, sure. So I'm a software engineer at Regen Network. So we are a Cosmos-based blockchain, which is called Regen Ledger. And yeah, at the moment we are not using Web3Auth, but we are evaluating the different options we have because we would need some the features that you provide. So we just doing some research at the moment and getting up to speed with your latest work.
Thanks for joining. Do join our community forum, which is at web3auth.io/community. So if you have any queries, questions, feel free to post it there.
Yeah, thanks.
Good. And we have Chaitanya Pati, the head of engineering from Web3Auth. Do you want to add something for our community members, Chaitanya?
Nothing to add. Just we have put a lot of effort into these SDKs, and it will be great to receive more feedback regarding this and hear that you guys are happy using these. Okay, yeah, that's all.
Good. And just on a parting note, just so you know that we have 20 USDT for you guys to give the feedback on Twitter, tagging us, and who knows who would win. Yeah, I think we can at this point we can end this session. If there is no more question, Maharshi, Hannah, if you have anything to add, and then we'll just we'll wrap up the call.
Mohammed, when's the next call?
So usually we have a community call scheduled every third of Wednesday, every third week, right, Hannah? If you can add, I think every third Wednesday of every month. Yeah, that's what we plan to do, where we give more of the product updates and then what has changed overall. And if anyone from the community has any questions, they can just ask here with the team. And then we just go over that and try to resolve.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cool. Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks for joining the third edition of a community call. We look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.